And I know we back on. Listen, yes, I love y'all. And look, I know we back on and recording, right? And I need to get this out my system because I'm getting hella emotional about something else, right? Today is the 22nd anniversary of my brother Dedrick Martin Young being killed around the same time of
Mm.
night on the west side of Chicago. I had to go over there, identify
Oh,
his body. We was having a party. I got to the party late. I got a phone call that somebody killed my brother in front of the party. And I always get like super emotional, like on this day or
sorry to hear that.
around this time of the year because the last day that me and him hung with each other was on January the 13th, which was his birthday, and so it was 2 Friday the 13th that year, his birthday, and then that night that he died, and the whole time we was talking, I was trying to keep that emotion in, but that go back to that trauma that we talking about. I I have not cried yet. You know what I'm saying? And I hold that in. I'm not a person that cry though. I actually don't have functioning tear ducts. So if I cry, it's like releasing all the cortisol out my body to do so. So I'm like right now just like super emotional because of everything we just talked about, but also like in honor of him tonight. You know what I'm saying? I probably am gonna cry because we just unloaded a whole bunch of stuff.
And that's real facts. I feel like you know what,
Yeah.
Keith, not even to lie. I remember when my mom died, I didn't even get to cry. I was so busy holding everybody else up. And one day in the bathroom, I just broke down. Like I ain't know why. I broke down. I was crying and I couldn't stop crying. And I was just like, damn, what is wrong with me? I don't never cry. What the fuck is wrong with me? But I knew I had been holding in so much because my grandma, she cut up. She almost knocked the casket over. She was,
Woo! I
being
feel you.
hysterical. And I say, if I told her, I'm like, girl, you knocked this casket over. I swear I'll never talk to you again. Cause who gonna pick this
I
dead
feel you.
woman up? Like, and they like, you so fucking stupid, but it's the truth. I'm not finna play
Listen,
with
I
y'all.
feel you.
Get
Look,
her.
the grave digger had to
And so I
kick me out of the cemetery, bro. I'm not making this up. Back then I was rapping, right? So I had this mic. The last day that we was together, he said, DMX my favorite rapper. And I had a show coming up. I said, I'm gonna be your favorite rapper after this show. And I carried that mic everywhere with me because when you go to shows, they just give everybody the same mic. So my mic was already set. Like this my mic. I want to use my own mic, right? And I put that mic in his casket. I put the mic in that
That's
grave,
what's
you know what
up.
I mean? And I stayed out there so long that the grave digger really was like, "Bro, I gotta do my job." Like and he wasn't nasty about it, but the last time I saw my brother alive, we made so many promises to each other. You know what I'm saying? My dad had just got a big lump sum of money. He sent us some cash. He sent it to my baby brother. I went over there to get it. Me and him kicked it, had fun, and we made all of these different promises to each other. And one of them was about what we're talking about right now, about bringing our families back together, right? About being that family again and having that family structure again. And that promise I have been upholding. So I really honor what we was talking about tonight with everybody sharing, because a lot of the shit we was talking about was super intimate to be totally honest. You know what I mean? So and then
Mhm.
and when you said it was 1:30 I said it's only 11 because I was trying to hold my love because I feel super emotional. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not that type of person.
And it's cool. Like
Acting emotion.
it's okay to let your emotions out and cry. Like I'm not a crier, so if you see me crying,
Yeah, we the
back the
same
fuck
way,
up.
E. I mean, Leroy, I don't either. I
it,
don't cry. My one, and I ain't mean to cut you off,
I
but
don't cry often, but if I
yeah,
do,
one day my daughter said to me, my
no.
daughter asked me, she said, "Dad, do you ever cry?" And I said, "Why'd you?" It was like just a weird out of the blue question. I said, "Why'd you say that?" She said, I don't remember how old she was, but she said her age, and she said, "I ain't never seen you cry." And she kind of named all these other people that she had seen cry, and even in situations where I probably should have been crying, and I just told her like, "No, but if you see me cry, hug me." I'm a super hugger. I feel that energy. Like, man, I need that.
That's crazy because I've asked my daddy the same
Yeah, I just
question.
can't do it. I
You
can't
did.
do it. I can't. Imma tell y'all this, it's a
Well,
funny
you know
story,
what?
right? When I was a kid, my mama had some stuff, I ain't gonna say all of that because Sarah don't like people telling her business, but she had some stuff. I thought I was playing drug dealer on the porch, I bagged the stuff up, and I wasn't trying to sell it now because 'cause I'm a kid
Mm,
kid, and I went outside with it on the porch, and I was pretended like I was selling drugs, and I had my little CJ and them, my little crew. The kids live on the other end of the porches, the drug buyers, and we got this little game plan and stuff. And my mama came home and found me with that stuff, and she whooped the shit out of me. I didn't cry though, because I had learned from before that when I cried, she whooped me more, right? So I had started stifling that cry, and that was my first time like doing it. And so then, because Jacera whooped me a lot when I was a little kid, but then when she started realizing that I wouldn't cry, she stopped whooping me. And I think psychologically that happened to me from that. And from the even sad any emotions that would evoke tears, I just couldn't cry no more. And even my brothers have told me that before. Like, I ain't never seen you cry. And it's not that I don't have no emotions, but I for some reason, and even the doctor told me this. She was like, my something about my tear ducts where they won't even make tears. So if I cry, it's really a true cortisol release, like you just said. Like I'm there, and a lot of times it do be out of held on for years. My uncle Kiki was killed in the building. I went downstairs and
Maybe
seen
if
him.
you cry, some of the you'll release some of that damn
I
pain
mean,
you feeling.
I'm gonna be honest. Since the injury, I have cried a lot, right? But not when I'm awake. This the crazy part about it. I'll be asleep and having a dream, and in that dream, I'll cry. And my wife will tell you, I'll wake up crying. So I have released a lot of that cortisol. And you right, because my doctor, the one that I do, like she has told me that on multiple occasions, like that's a cortisol release, and you need it. It's healthy for you. Like you gotta release it. But it's not like I'm not. It's not like I'm. How people trying to hold it in. No, man, my cousin died, and my wife will tell you this too. I love this. Is my favorite cousin. Well, I love all my family, but this was like my cousin that I was the closest with. He went to Georgia with me and everything, and he died just recently, not too many years ago. And I get a call that he died. And I broke down, no tears came out. I started laughing. And my wife said, she was looking at me like almost like, that's sick, you laughing. And I said, no. The first thing, because remember we talking about smells, right? I tell you, like smells bring me these memories. One time my cousin that got out of jail and he came to the Greens to pick me up because he had a hotel downtown. He wanted to kick it. And when he picked me up, he was funky as hell because he had just got out of jail. And as soon as I found out he died, that's the first memory popped in my head, and that smell. But like I smelt that smell, so the laugh was me being like, "Okay, though, I know you still there." You know what I mean? Like I love you too, cousin. So
Mm.
I probably a laugh, and not in like I'm not being disrespectful. I'll probably a laugh before I cry, and that's like my form of release. And it's not like a like I'm happy laugh. I can't explain it, but that happened before tears.
Well, hold that thought, cause I want to answer
Go
what
ahead,
E
brother.
said. So far as like, if my sister don't like you, I don't like your ass either. It's up, bitch. And I feel like, but what I was trying to say, Keith, is that I feel like my friends, I'm the same way. If they don't like you, I don't fuck with you either. And people be like, well, you should be, I ain't finna be cool with no aunt, bitch, my friend don't like. If they don't like you, bitch, I
And
don't
it's a
like you. And
reason
that's
why.
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my friends are good judges of character. So if they have discernment and it's up and it's beef, bitch, then it's just up and it's beef. I don't have time to be like, because I think it's fake as fuck. And we gonna talk about Isha. We talking about that bitch Isha. Bitch, if you talking to a motherfucker I don't fuck with, then are you talking about me to
Mm.
them? Because I feel like, to me, that's weird. If I don't like them, you should not like them because you fuck with me the long way. And I don't, now it's different if we fall out with like a mutual friend. And cause we could patch that up. But if this a direct op that I don't fuck with and you don't fuck with, and you going and you pillow talking with them and shit like that, I'm not cool with that. And I'll cut your ass off of that. Like, if I don't like somebody, you shouldn't like
And
their
you
ass
should
either.
cut that
Ain't
person
no,
off
well,
for
let's
real.
try to talk. Yeah,
I
cause
shut a
to me that's
motherfucker
crazy.
off.
Mhm.
I shut a motherfucker off for that reason and that reason alone. I told you, you could be friends with the bitch. Don't talk to me about
Mhm.
her. So if you talking to me about her, I know you talking to her
That's
about
real.
me. So I gotta leave your ass the fuck alone because you don't understand the
Look,
assignment.
You
You don't
don't. And bitch, I don't give a fuck what y'all hoes saying, cause fuck both of y'all. To
fuck
be
both of
honest, like,
yeah.
y'all.
like nobody care. I don't give a fuck about no motherfucker don't lie. I say, you know how many motherfuckers don't like me?
Man,
Like, good luck
for no
with that.
reason. Listen, I feel you on that.
I got that tough love. A motherfucker don't like me from the motherfucking grains. Do
Me
you
too.
know it?
All of us did.
'Cause a motherfucker don't like me. You don't even know
Listen,
me.
E, that's the trauma I was
How
talking
the
about
fuck
earlier
you
from
don't
the
like
Greens.
me?
Niggas didn't like me cause they like, oh, he's super little. How he messing with this girl? She liked me, nigga. Why you mad at me?
But it ain't even that. You know why a motherfucker don't like you? And this how I look at it, right? Motherfuckers don't like you because it's something
They
about you
ain't
when you
me,
walk
'cause
in the
they ain't
room.
fucking me.
No, well, that too, but not only that, it's because when certain people they have a light about them. When you
Yep.
walk, and that ain't nothing but Satan trying to stomp that light out. When
That's
it's a motherfucker don't know nothing about you, but they hate
Yeah.
you, that's
Yeah.
Satan. That's the devil using
yeah.
weak-minded, miserable ass bitches or niggas to attack you and your character because again, the devil is here to
He'll
what?
kill and
Steal,
destroy.
kill,
And
and
Leroy, when
destroy.
you said bitches, that
So
applied to all of them.
all of them. Every
Yep.
Yep.
last one of them. When motherfuckers don't like you and they ain't got no real reason, it's because, well, like E said, they can't be you. And your light, when you walk in the room, your aura shine. People hate that. They hate that you walk in the room and everybody start talking to you and you got a
Ooh, ain't that
warm
so
light
true?
and you got a like people it
That is
bothers
true.
people. They don't understand. Like I know I could be in the room and people don't even know me. They just come up and they tell me their secrets.
Yeah,
I'm the
They
my
same
feel
way.
so
That's probably
comfortable
why we
with me.
started this podcast with us together. Because we share the same
my
Hmm.
vibe.
daughter
People
has been
hate that
telling
though.
me forever, "Mama, you talk to anybody." I thought you said don't talk to strangers.
Listen, listen, that be getting on my wife's nerves. She like, you talkative. I'm like, that.
I was just like, "This is my child.
So
This is my
look,
child."
I
Lord
know
have
I was on a plane. I was on the plane coming back from Orlando here, and it was it's three flight attendants, two young bitches, and them bitches was getting on my nerve. One of them had a Muppet baby wig on. I wanted to go in on her, but I had to catch myself. But I'm gonna tell y'all, we was already frustrated because we had been sitting there 2 hours. We was supposed to take off at 7:45. We didn't take off till
damn.
9:45 because they was air traffic control couldn't let us take off for whatever fucking reason. And so I'm already mad, but I was talking and I ordered me a drink. Cause by this time I'm like, Keith, my
I feel
anxiety is
you.
up. These babies crying, this nigga snoring the paint off the airplane behind me, and I'm like irritated, right? And so I showed the lady my ID and beautiful black lady, and I told her she was beautiful. I was like, yeah, here go my. And she was like, you look like a little baby. I like that for you. And she was like, I'm about to be 63 in June. I said, really? You look real young. I thought you was in your late 30s. She said, baby, I wish I'm finna be 63. And I was just like, damn, and she's still working
Mm.
as a flight
Yeah.
attendant. Looking good. And I say, cause black don't crack, right? She bust out laughing, but I was just cool. And the girl next to me, everybody was just talking to me and they felt
Yeah.
comfortable. And I felt like
But
that's
listen to
cool.
what you said. Listen to how you
Yeah.
ended it. They felt comfortable. When you got
They
that
did.
glow, you know what that do. That's the same thing as the sun. You know why, and I'm talking about on some ancestral type stuff. You know why people scared to go outside at night, cause it's dark. They want to be in the light.
Mhm.
That's what make us comfortable. When you got that light, people be so comfortable. Y'all both just said they start sharing secrets they ain't told their parents or their family yet. They come around. They will tell you their whole life when you got that light, because that light warm them. That light make them comfortable enough. And then they'll get home and be like, now why I told this motherfucker all my business? But that light will bring it out of you.
But then they know
It
that
was
I'm
safe.
not
Yeah,
gonna
they know
tell
they
their
safe.
It was
secrets, and
safe
it's
Yeah,
a
place.
they know it's
safe
a safe place.
place. It's a
Listen,
safe space to be themselves and have that conversation because like if you think about it, you had the best conversation with
all the
strangers
time.
because
You
they
do.
not judging you. They
Yep.
not judging you. They not biased. They just
Yep.
listening.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a Mexican
And
dude
so that's where they
that be
come
coming to
from.
my house. He be doing my line. He like homeless or something. I love this old Mexican dude. I don't be he don't speak no English, right? I was finna say I don't be tripping on him. He
Hmm.
come, he don't call or nothing. He pull up, he see the lawn need to be cut. He know I can't do it. He done seen my wife out there doing it before. He like your wife don't need to be doing it. dude barely speak any English, and I'm not making this up. Cause my wife even said today, she was like, "Do Arturo speak English?" I was like, barely. And she was like, "How the hell you be under?" She said, "I always be like, here come Keith. Like, I'm gonna get Keith for you." But me and dude be having full on long conversations with that language barrier. Cause I be like, in my mind, I don't speak Spanish, but I be like, how I know what this nigga saying? But it's exactly what you said. He know it's a safe space. He know other people look at him
Mm.
like he homeless and all this other stuff. Dude, they never came over here to harm me. Dude come over here, he cut my grass, he move stuff for me, he do all kind of stuff because he know my body is doing what it do so that I don't injure myself no more. And me and him be having full on conversation. This dude be telling me his whole life, and when I be coming in the house like, damn, how did I understand that shit? I'm talking about we having a real
Well,
conversation.
I do speak Spanish though.
You
So
got
I
to start
mean,
sending me
the
some
crazy
lessons,
part
motherfucker. I'm
is,
trying to learn for real.
well, you know what? I spent a lot of years down here in Texas. You gotta know how to speak Spanish. Like most people who live here are either Mexican or they some kind of Hispanic. And so, yeah, and like she said, bilingual. And
Yeah.
plus, I always want to know how to speak Spanish because I know some of them be talking
Yeah.
shit
And you
about
know what,
us.
Leroy?
And so, bitch,
Now
I
that I think
wanna.
about it, it's because of the industry that I worked in. A lot of the people that worked in the kitchen and like the cleanup crews and stuff like that, they only spoke Spanish. So now when I really think about it, that is why I know. Because I had to pick up on the stuff that they saying to be able to communicate with them. You know what I'm saying?
And the same with me. I wasn't like trying to learn. I learned like Spanish in high school, but I wasn't trying to learn. But I worked in the pharmacy at Walmart, and half of my clientele only speak Spanish. They tell you when they walk in there, no
Yeah.
inglés,
Yeah.
no inglés. And so, if you don't know how to communicate with them, how am I gonna take in a prescription? I gotta know the address, the date of birth. I gotta know the phone number, and so simple stuff like that. But communicating and Puerto Rican friends, I got
Yeah.
Mexican friends. And so now I'm kind of damn near fluent in Spanish because most of my friends, the one that y'all met on the camera when we did the show when I was in Orlando, she Puerto
Yeah.
Rican. Like I hang around and I don't have no problem with nobody. I used to feel like I was nervous about being around any race, but now I got so many different kind of friends and people across the world because that's what I feel like I have to be an advocate for African Americans to show other races how
Everywhere
we are.
I
I actually
go,
I
yes.
actually
Yeah,
got
well, the
fatigue
problem
of
is
that.
because
I do, cause it's like they so used
you
to
know
being
what, you
around
do get
niggers
fatigue
that
of
they
it.
like they when they first see you, they judge you like that. Then when they see you cool and they want something. I have had some people who said it to me like, damn, you ain't like these other black people that I met, but I don't take it as they saying it in a racist way. You know what I'm saying? That's they experience.
I take
I
it
don't
like
because I
that
feel
though.
like
I
it's
take
they
it racist.
experience. You know what I mean?
I know that I'm like, "What you
I'm
in?
gonna
What type of
question them
black people
about
you
it.
done
I do. I definitely question it, and I'm in Cali, so the black people make up the smallest percentage of people in California. So it's always
I believe
around
it.
other
Shit.
type of people. You know what I mean?
What part of
Yeah.
California
I'm in
you in?"
Sacramento, so I'm in the capital.
I like
Yeah, it's cool
Sacramento.
out here.
I
I
want to move
I
to
think
San
that
No,
Diego. I
no,
actually want to move to
no,
San
no, Leroy,
Diego.
no.
No, why
And,
not?
and the only reason
Why
why I'm
not?
saying no in the way that I'm saying it is because of how it's changing now. 10 years ago, yeah, but
Oh,
how it's
okay.
changing now, a lot of people is fleeing from
Well,
other
I
places.
used to live in San
So you
Bernardino.
already
I
know.
used to live in
You kind
San
of seen
Bernardino.
how the demographic was changing with all these people coming in. It's a lot of people come from other states that come here with no, I'ma just say no home training. And then they move to good
Correct.
places because they like, "Oh, it's gonna be different for me." No, nigga, you the one that just brung the bullshit. You should have stayed where you was at,
Facts.
turned into a good person first, then came here. You done brung all that baggage with you. You bring it down the property value, nigga.
Well, how
Mhm.
y'all feel about this stupid ass shit with Iran? Them blowing up. So they just released that the United States was the ones that blew up that
Them
fucking school
girls.
with them girls in it. And now how they saying they gunning for Trump and how Trump he like if y'all and when I say this man, see this is what I don't get with this country, right?
They're a
They
joke.
made they made Obama like Obama and then Joe Biden, they did some great things in office. Obama definitely, Joe Biden was like whatever. And I feel like Trump at this he didn't go to Jesse Jackson
And
funeral.
he said that was his
He
friend.
didn't
Remember?
salute
He said that was his friend. He even
fucking
talked crap
bastard.
about
And I feel
Obama and Biden. He was like, Jesse didn't like neither one of them. That he said they used to talk. He said that was his friend. So that wasn't your friend?
well, I want his friend because it doesn't look politically sound for him to be going to an African American funeral because he's a racist, white
Mhm.
supremacist, Christian nationalist, whatever that's supposed to be.
That's what scared
And
me.
so I feel like that kind of
Yeah,
bothered
that's
me
what
too.
scared. So
That's what scared me too, because real Christians don't move
and
like that.
to be saying that this is the end time war and all of that, like to be putting Christianity into murder is a really sick and diabolical way to, you know what I'm saying, do what you're doing. I am of the mind that, and I had this conversation with my cousin the other day. I'm of the mind that, and I'm not trying to defend Trump. I'm being really honest when I say this. I'm of the mind that it's not Trump who wants the war, right? It's people like Jared Kushner and Stephen Miller and damn, I can't think of this other dude name right now. Pete Heck, and we was just talking about him, Pete Hegseth. I feel like
Yeah, P.
they are the
Hegseth.
people who want, they instructed
Don't
him.
leave out that frumpy looking look. Don't leave out that frumpy looking ass
Oh
JD
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Vance.
yeah,
He
yeah.
another
Oh,
one.
see, they put first off, Trump ain't the type of person who paying attention to geopolitics like other people, right? Trump is more worried about his center and his base, MAGA, America, rich people, right? That's who he worried about. So the moves that he want to make is to bring down the bureaucracy so those people could make money unvetted and and just unchecked, right? So they could do whatever they want to do, take over the industries and really make money that's unvetted and unchecked. So the war ain't something that he would have did anyway because it's not stopping his money. So I really feel like it's not he didn't want to go to war. They told him this a good idea. This what's going on. They trying to bomb us. They've been trying to kill us for 47 years. I'm the 47th president.
No,
He
that's a
just put
lie.
that out.
He
He just
I
want the
said that
war,
himself.
I think
He just said it.
but he
I
lying.
see
He want the war. I'm gonna tell you why
I
he wants the war. He want that war because that's going to cancel out the
Okay,
midterms.
I
The
agree with that
Republicans
part.
know that they're
I
going
agree
to
with that part.
lose. The Republicans absolutely know that they out. They
and
already
let's not
losing. Look
forget
how
the
many.
Epstein files. Let's not
Definitely,
Yeah,
forget
and
yeah,
that
that.
that's
Epstein
the
file.
top of the
Oh
list.
well, I
That's
mean,
the
of
top of the
course.
list.
But the problem is, see, this is what it is with the
Because we ain't
Epstein
gonna be
files
able
and
to
Jeffrey
go.
Epstein.
That part.
Jeffrey Epstein worked for the Israel and the Zionists. That's the thing. They sent him over to America to blackmail politicians, people of power that got money. They
Well, he
blackmail.
conquered.
Go
And
ahead,
he
go ahead.
To subvert all of these politicians or to subvert the American, government and institutions through these politicians and rich white people. Because when you start to look at the things that they were doing, it was more than just blackmail. It was for them to get their way and to crumble the people like, the whole institution in itself.
Which is why I'm telling y'all, the Epstein files is not the problem. They use Epstein to blackmail all these powerful politicians or whatever, so that when they come calling on us, was why Israel was able to get the government to back them in this war. We never wanted to go to war
Wait,
with Iran because we weren't
did
no
you hear
damn
what
fools.
Netanyahu said? This was when Trump first got in office. This time he said they gave him some type of award. They said he said in the last 70 years we never gave this award to nobody else that wasn't a Jew. If they gave it to Trump, remember they made him a coin with him and Netanyahu on the coin together, and then another man that was a Zionist was there and said that he said that Trump was their first Jewish president. That fucked my head up.
Trump whole ass ain't Jewish. Trump, see, they
The
probably
implication was what you just led into. We got this nigga by the balls. He gonna do whatever we want.
Because that's why Trump all of a sudden went to Venezuela and got that president. It had nothing to do with them regime changing, like they trying to say. What it was is that Israel wanted control of
I
that
think it's
oil.
even deeper
And
than that,
even
though.
with
I
them,
think, and I ain't mean to cut you off, but I gotta say this part. I think the
go ahead.
grabbing that president and pulling him outright wasn't because they looking at change in the government or trying to get the oil. I really feel like, and this is in my bones that I feel like this. He want the or whoever instructed him to do it, they want the connects to the cartels. There was a governor, I think he was in Montana, that said when the Mexicans came in with the meth was 30% purer than theirs. And so none of the people in Montana was buying the homegrown meth no more. This the same thing like the Iran Contra thing that went on with Oliver North back in the day when they was getting that drug through getting the drugs from the Contra to sell here in America so they could buy weapons for Iran when they was giving it to them Iranian soldiers over there. This is so they can have that dark money that ain't on no tab, that ain't being tracked, that ain't crypto, or they might be using crypto to do it, but that ain't accounted for, so they could do all the sly, slick, and devilish shit that they want to do without nobody seeing no ledgers with that money on it. What's the best way to do it? With illegal goods. They grab dudes
Mm.
so that they could get in on that drug trade. I don't care what nobody say. I see that's exactly what I see that being.
Yeah, cause you heard that they was out there robbing ships and shit coming from Venezuela that was
Now
going
why
other
was they
places.
doing
These
that?
motherfuckers,
Now
they
why was
had
they doing that?
Trying to steal
Yes.
drugs.
Yes. Come on, man.
that
These
is
people,
y'all.
I don't want to call them smart, but they some evil geniuses.
They not no evil genius.
Shit.
They some fun. They are evil
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
though.
yeah.
Demonic,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
say. They ain't that. But again, it go back to my original statement. White people not smart. They just follow directions really well.
No, you're
I
right.
ain't never met it where they came up with no
You're
great
right.
ideas, where they did nothing outstanding. And the reason why Trump is doing all this, and to be honest with you, I think, now call me a conspiracy theorist, but I honestly think that Trump started that war with Iran because Obama was the first president to do a pact with
Mm.
Iran to stop them and put a cap on their
I didn't
nuclear
think about that.
weapons.
That's a good
That's
point.
why Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize. Trump has a hard on for Obama. He wants to be great and be respected like that black man. Look at
That's a
they
good point.
had Obama at the All-Star game and everybody still call that man
They
a
was hugging them
president.
and everything.
Everybody,
Yep.
white people. That's what I'm saying. And
That's a
so
good point,
Trump,
Leroy.
they boo him everywhere he go. They
That is
hate
a
Trump.
good point.
Trump want that love, and he's a narcissist, like y'all said. He's a Gemini, like we said. And so he wants to be loved and adored, but nobody like him. He one
Right.
of them frumpy ass niggas that never had no friends. And that's what I said about people like Elon Musk. Life gotta suck for you that your little
Mhm.
ass, your little
Go
hand,
ahead.
little
Yep.
dick having
Yep.
ass ain't never had a friend. No woman ever gonna want you without you paying for her. And you ain't even had, like, you didn't have intercourse to have them kids. You use in vitro and you use whatever weird shit they do with a test tube baby in it for your needs because you know ain't no woman finna talk to you. Look at you. You look like that little have y'all seen that Suicide
Yes,
Squad
sir.
movie, the
Yep. I
second
knew
one?
exactly where you was going.
The
Yes.
weasel, the weasel that's on there, that's
He
what
do for real.
Elon Musk look
Bruh,
at it.
and think about this because you made a great ass point. This if we really really look at it, Elon is another one of them motherfuckers that came. First off, he ain't from this country. He another one of them motherfuckers that came over here because he knew he could sway the he could sway the votes. He could get politicians on his side. He could use his money to do whatever because he come from money. That I came over here with $2,000 shit is a lie. That you come from money. He came over here because he knew he could get away with doing whatever he want to do in this country that he couldn't get away with other countries where they just kill you. They don't even take you to jail. They come in, shoot your ass up, and then they nationalize your shit. He knew he could come over here and get away with that shit. And that's exactly what he did. And that's what he do. Why he buy
And
Twitter?
he helped Trump steal the election.
Why did he buy Twitter? Think
But
about
he
that.
helped Trump steal the
Yeah,
election.
he did. But Leroy, did my
Did it load?
is mine finished up? It says 95% of it.
95%. What the hell going on here?
I thought it was at 98.
No, I just
Hold on. Let me see.